Hey everybody, I'm a little late tonight. Sorry guys. 1 second. How is everybody? I'm good, Leslie. How are you? Hey Shayna. I don't see you, Shayna, but I know you're there. How is everybody? Are you guys doing good tonight? I can't believe it's Sunday night again already. How did that happen? Oh my gosh, who else is still here? Got more people jumping in. Hey Amber, awesome. Oh, I wish I could say I had a lazy day. I've got small house projects that are turning into bigger house projects, and it's not that bad, but when you try and take them in small doses, and the small dose should only take you maybe a half an hour to an hour, and it takes you like 4. And then I'm still like, okay, I just got to slam this together because I got 15 minutes, so I got to be on live. Let's go. You know? So, hey, Yvette. Hey, Monica. Awesome. Good to see you guys here. So, yeah, tonight's just a work night. It's not so long or anything. That'll be next week. Next week we're doing the snap collar. I can't even talk right now. The snap bib, but it can also be like a drool bib, or it can be like if you want to wear it as a neckerchief or something like that. Then that's what next week's sew along is going to be. Tonight, Leslie wants to know what I'm working on tonight. Well, my girlfriend did a little fabric haul for me from Joann's, and I want to start cutting out some of that stuff. I did one thing today, finished up. Actually, did it yesterday, finished it up today, and I'll show you those guys. Show you guys those things that the fabric I got. I'm sure you've seen it. It's from Joann's, but I made a new romper that I had tried about 6 months ago and just didn't take the time. And I screwed it up and just sat down and went, I'll figure it out later. Well, finally last night, I'm just like, I've got to just do this. I really got to figure this out. It's summer. I've got to get this done. Hey, Mia. Hey. So anyway, I did that. And then I made bows to go with the bubble rompers that we made a couple weeks ago, the cherries one and the swirl one. And then I made the sizes for the other sizes that we didn't have. It was only a 3 to 6 that she had. And we had to, Shane, I miss you too. It's been a while, girl. Saw you the other day, but that was the first time in a while. But it comes as a 3 to 6, if you notice that 3 to 6 months, and then you have to kind of figure out the pattern from there. Well, it's real easy. If you read down, she tells you exactly how to do it. And so I went and figured out all the measurements and everything. So that way when the other sizes sell, I'll make the pattern real quick. It won't take me but 5 minutes to make it. So if you read through everything, hey, Anna, if you read through that, what's it called? I don't even know if I've got it right here. I don't think I do now, actually, to think about it. I have to walk over there and get it. I think it's there it is. So Can Do. I still have that open. So Can Do, baby. So she gave you really good instructions on how to make the other sizes. I just went out on the web and found, I used my Oda sizing chart, as you guys know I love. And I used that, but then there were some measurements I was missing. So I just go out on the web and I grabbed from places that have those charts that I know, like they're doing something very similar to what I'm trying to do, so that I know their sizes are pretty true. And then I look at several different ones and kind of just see, are they all kind of flowing together? So, and if they are, then we're good. Yes, Amber, today was a day of lives. Wow, it's been crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's good though. You know, it's fun when we all, I know, Mia, I'm glad you didn't miss it this week too. I've missed you too, girl. But yeah, I'm glad, everybody's having a good day today with all the lives. It really just, kind of brightens up the day a little bit. So Anyway, I'm trying to rehydrate after being outside. It's not like it's hot, but it's still just kind of, I was in a hurry. And I didn't get it 100%. I got it finished enough. I'll have to finish it tomorrow or the next couple of days, but it can wait because I travel for 2 days during the week for work, and that's coming up real quick. So I'm gonna have to wait till I get back, but it's all good. Oh, Mia, cool. Good. So news. You know how I've always been talking about I can't get a multi-needle or anything else until I get the car figured out. Car's figured out. I now have, I don't know if you can really see, but I now have a new car. That happened last Monday. And you guys can see that because the license plates aren't on it yet. So we're all good. Nobody can find me. And so now I can breathe a little bit. My stress is way down. I don't have to worry about, is my car going to leave me somewhere? And so it's all good. Thanks, Joanne. So I feel really, really blessed that I was able to get that taken care of so quickly. And now maybe I can concentrate on growing the business again because I had to concentrate on getting the car. So we're all good. But let me show you. So this just got listed today. This is the new romper, the little sleeveless romper. That little snap front and then sleeveless and then the snap bottom. So that's the new one that I was messing with about 6 months ago and gave up for a moment because I ran into a problem and then knew it was just something stupid I was doing and didn't have the time or the patience to figure it out. So I figured it out yesterday and went, yeah, that was really dumb what you did. And so we're all good now. Oh, good, Mia. Yes, every Sunday. Every Sunday. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, Shana, Relia Transportation. Let me tell you, not last week, the week before, my old car was never happy when it was hot. And when I drove home 2 weeks ago, it was hot enough. I mean, not hot, but it was in the 80s, low 80s. And then I hit construction traffic on the interstate. So then you kind of just creep and then that makes your car get hotter. And I was totally stressed out until I got through all of that construction area. And then I just said, that's it. I've got to figure this out. I cannot limp this along anymore. I don't care what I got to do. I got to make this happen somehow. So I came home and made it happen. Oh, good, Mia. Yeah, my girlfriend, it was so cute. So she went over to Joanne's. I don't know if I told you guys this story. If you did, I'm sorry. She went over to Joanne's about a week ago. I didn't know she was going. And then all of a sudden she sends me a picture of, and you all have seen this fabric, but I've never bought it. And she loved it. And I always thought it was cute, but she sent me a picture of this. And she's like, that pink linen you got will go so good with this for the bummies. And I said, it would. She goes, do you want some? And I was like, sure. So she bought me that one. Well, obviously I bought it, but she bought it for me. And then she goes, what else do you want? What else do you want? There's so much cute stuff here. I can't believe it. You told me, and I didn't believe you. And I said, well, what was the one next to you? Which was this one. And I said, I haven't seen that one. So I said, let me see that one. So she took a picture of it and I said, yeah, let's get that one. So that's this one. And then I had seen this one and fell in love with it, but didn't get it. And then she saw it and she went, this, you got to get some of this. Hey, Angela. So you got to get some of this. She goes, this is absolutely adorable. And I said, I remember seeing that one. I never picked it up. Go ahead and grab that one too. And so I'm just going to make bummies out of this and get a matching t-shirt to go with it for little boys. But it's got the little panda faces. So I thought that'd be super sweet as bummies and then just do a plain t-shirt to go with it or a tank top or something for the boys. And it can be girls too. If the girls want to wear the t-shirt or whatever. It's just going to be that kind of a thing. And so she was having so much fun sending me all kinds of pictures. And so she goes to check out and she forgot to apply the coupon that I'd sent her. She didn't catch it in time. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It was already on sale. Let's not worry about it. And then she gets home and she texts me. No, she actually called me and she goes, oh my gosh. She goes, I went shopping to go get some more material for masks for the guys because they're getting ready to go on a hunting trip and they wanted some very specific material. And I had several pieces of it in my hand. She was just picking up some fat quarters. And she goes, I had several pieces of that in my hand. And I laid it down and started looking at your stuff. Well, it's still laying there. And I left without getting anything I needed. She goes, I've been having so much fun buying for you. She goes, now I got to go back and get what I need. And I thought that was just hilarious. I was like, yeah, you go shopping for yourself, but I end up shopping for me. And I was like, well, I have a personal shopper now. Which takes a little bit of the fun out of Joanne's away, but it also gives me more time to create. So she was having a really good time. Oh, Leslie, you can do it. Yes, the quilting cotton is really hard to leave it alone. Okay, so yeah, you're going to have to start making some of these. Yeah, that's so long that we did. I know, she is a good friend. So you got to do these. Yeah, with some of that quilting cotton. These are super easy. So it's on sale. Make it happen. And they're super fun. And it doesn't take very long at all. Angela, actually, she asked for the bolts. So those are only probably about 5 yards. And she said, do you have any leftover bolts like all you guys know do? Can she just have some bolts? And Lisa's like, oh yeah, I got a ton. It was like probably Friday or Saturday night. So she wrapped them all in bolts for me. But Angela, also, you can buy them by the bolt if you go online. And a lot of times too, I'll walk into Joann's. And if they've got a bolt there that I want and it's wrapped, I just grab the bolt and I walk up and go, don't even unroll it. I want the whole bolt. And so you can do that and then use like one of those coupons that they've got and they'll take it off of however many yards it is. So it's a one cut. And sometimes it will say up to like 10 yards. Well, most bolts are 10 yards, so you're okay. But that's how you can do that. Or if you buy online, you have a chance at some of these places to buy by the bolt. But I also used to have a wholesale account with a couple of companies. And so that's the only way I could buy was by the bolts. So I do have several of those when I finish using them up, they'll be, I'll have bolts to put things on too. Yeah. And that's, at least you get the part to put it on. So when you get more yardage, it's, when you start getting, about 10 yards, you don't want to necessarily just try and roll it up. You want to put it on something. It makes it a lot easier. Not when you do it that way, Angela, they will not. And lately they're getting really stingy on that end of the bolt discount because one time recently I walked up and I knew there was like about 1.5 yards, 2 yards-ish on there. And I just said, I'll take the whole thing. She only gave me the discount on anything past the full yard. So I think it was like 2 yards and a third or something. And she gave me the end of the bolt discount on the third. And I was like, really? We're there. This stinks. They never used to do that. They used to give it to you if you walk up and I could see, if it's 5 yards, no. But when it's like 2 yards-ish or less, come on, guys, really? At least give you a little bit more than just the third. It never used to be that way. I was really disappointed in them. Yeah, it is. It is. But so many of the things are on sale. Okay, so I used to work retail. And it used to work if something was on sale or you had a coupon, you had your choice of one or the other. And most of the time, one was better than the other and they didn't mind. Can't do that anymore. I tried it. because I had a 40% coupon at Joann's, other places too. And I'm like, can I just take the coupon and not the sale price? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, then what's the point of the coupon if you've always got a sale? And I'm always getting screwed. 10% is 10%, people, so yeah. Hi, Glory. So there's that. It used to work. It doesn't anymore. I'm really stuck on these guys. For those of you that are trying to do a little healthier and you're trying to get away from the stuff that has like lots of sugar and everything, but it's really refreshing. I've been drinking these a lot. They are so good. They're sparkling, 10 to 40 calories for the entire thing, and they're sweet. They're really, really, really good. So just saying, if anybody's interested. That's cool. Yeah, every now and then, Mia, I do get some really good sales. They'll do a couple of things where you can bundle a few things on top of each other. Nice. It works really good. You just gotta really pay attention to what all the sales are that are going on and everything. So I got two little munchkins down here with me tonight. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Munchkin. And then Bear's down here rubbing in between my legs as usual. Hey, Kay. Did you get them? Did you find him? I love that when you said 50 feet away. I hope so. None, Leslie. There's no sugar in the drinks. They use stevia leaf extract. And this one, actually, I take that back. This one has 9 sugars, but the lemon cayenne that I was drinking had like maybe 1 or 2. And it was super good. The cayenne wasn't, you could barely even tell. And it tasted like a lemon custard. It was so yummy. So yeah, the strawberry acai coconut, I guess, does have a little bit more than I realized. Has 9. So, and I don't know where that's coming from because they're using stevia. Apple juice concentrate, that's where it's coming from. So yeah, just look at the sides because a lot of them have like next to nothing. This one's got the 40 calories. The ones that have the 10 probably next to no sugars. But I get these at Brookshire's and H-E-B. Do not buy them on Amazon. I already looked. They are like literally 4 times the price. These should be running about $2.50 to $3 a piece. They're wanting $6 and $7 a piece on there. And I was like, and what? Am I reading that right? So yeah, Leslie, go to H-E-B. H-E-B's cheapest. Brookshire's is next. I don't know if Sam's or Costco would have them or Walmart. Well, it said Walmart had them, but I haven't looked yet. Hey, Zoa. Yep. So, okay. So anyway, Mia, bubbles. And then Mia, you can make some of these cute little, like we did last week, some of the ruffle butts too with that cotton that you bought on sale. So what else is everybody working on today? Yes, Mia, it is. It's just Texas. They've got to have them elsewhere. If you go on their website, they'll show you where you can buy them in your area. Oh, thanks, Zoa. The bubbles rompers, they are so fun to make. I don't know if you did one yet, but they're so fun. I know you would love it. Yeah, I know. They're not anymore. Yeah, I about freaked out when I saw this, and you should read all the comments too. So many people got on there and said, are you kidding me? The price on this is insane. And they'll tell people right in their reviews, do not buy it. It is so expensive. And I was like, yeah, no doubt. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're getting to do that now, Kay. I know you've been talking about it earlier today. Oh, you bet, Angela. HEBs are they're kind of a thing down here, Mia. Yeah, it's so weird, and I never did understand it. But people, when they come back home, everybody will be like, "So, what do you plan on doing when you go home?" And they're like, "Well, I'm gonna go see grandma, go see mom, maybe go see some of my friends, go to the park, but we're definitely going to HEB." You know, and everybody's like, "It's a grocery store, really?" But it's kind of cool because they have, depending upon which one you go to, because they have several different levels of them. But some of them that are a little more, I guess you want to say bougie, they're kind of more along the lines of a Whole Foods level. They have a lot of cool stuff. They have so much in there that you can buy that you can't buy anywhere else. Plus, they have a really good plant section, gift section. Hell, you can buy tops and flip flops and all kinds of stuff. I mean, yeah, you could be in there for days. It's pretty amazing what you can find in there. So yeah, going to HEB tends to be a little bit of a day event if you do go. Plus, they're always so busy, so busy. Yeah, it's very similar to that, Mia. Very similar, yeah. And you just don't drop in real quick and run in real fast. You just don't. It doesn't work that way. So I totally get why they want to do that, but I still am like, really? You're going to a grocery store? You don't have something else you want to do? But I get it. I do. They are always there for the community, Nancy. Yeah, they do a lot of good things. They really, really do. And anybody that can compete with Walmart, what can we say? And HEB pretty much ran Kroger out. Yeah, Walmart's even more expensive on a lot of things than HEB. It's crazy. So, trying to decide here. I need to make those bunnies, so let's start doing that. Get those samples done. I've got to find some t-shirt fabric that goes with this. When she sent me the picture, this blue was really pretty, but it was hard for her to capture the picture. So it's a different blue. It's really pretty. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to find a knit to go exactly to match it. So I may have to go completely away and maybe do, hey, Ediani, and maybe do something like a gray or a black or a red or something just completely away from it. Hey, Ediani, how's the job been? I know this whole week was your first week, so how'd that go? Are you loving it? I'm sure it's like your whole routine is just totally crazy now. Trying to get my table a little bit situated here. Oh my goodness. 13s. That's just not something you get used to overnight. That's tough. Oh, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's tough. That sounds about like the hours I was working before I got to work from home. Oh, wow. Are they back to back? Because that's a lot if you have to do them all 4 in a row. I don't know if you've had a chance to let Gabby know that you moved. You can't be far from her. I'm sure she would love to know that you're there. Oh, I know, Leslie. Amber's new fabric is really cool, isn't it? So proud of her for doing that. That is so cool. That is neat. I was so excited when she started announcing that. Hey, Mary. Glad you could come. Oh, 3 days in a row, Eddie. Oh my goodness, girl. Make sure you eat. Don't be doing what you were doing last week where you just weren't eating. Don't do that. Yeah. Nights. So is nights like overnight or is it more like evenings? Like late afternoon evenings? Because there's always two different shifts when people talk about nights. I know. That's got to be tough. Especially when you're not used to wearing it for that long. That's got to really be tough. Ooh, overnight. Okay. That's even harder to get used to. I mean, that's one thing if you're a night owl, but still, it's different. Overnight is overnight, you know. You got to completely flip your sleep habits, everything. And then trying to explain to your son, no, mommy's got to sleep now. You know, mommy's tired. I'm sure he's going to have a hard time understanding that one for a little while. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I remember, you know, I'm a hospice volunteer, those that don't know that. And so I only visit in the homes, not like the nursing homes. I don't want to go to somebody's personal home. And especially now that we've got this COVID stuff going on, and I haven't done it in a little over a year. And so I'm not going to go back until I had my first shot a week and a half ago. So I guess it'll be next month is the second shot. And then I think they want you to wait another couple of weeks. So it'll probably be the 1st of June-ish when I finally go back. But yeah, I remember the people eating with the residents, and sometimes the food looked good, and sometimes I was like, where did you get that? Because that's not what they're eating, and that looks good, and what they're eating is not looking so good. Yeah, Mia, I'm not a super night owl. I do it. I'm not a morning person, but I can throw my nights off real fast over even just a weekend. Like right now, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock last night sewing on that, and threw my morning off completely. So hey, Shar. So it only takes me like one night. You know, once I get kind of situated and get a little bit of sleep in me from the week, it's gone. It's on. It's just my schedule just happens as it happens. So yeah. So I stayed up late last night and my body's already still going, that was kind of nice. See if we do that again tonight. And we're like, it'll work tomorrow. Oh, yay. Can you have that? Yeah, and they throw so much food away that, you know, they might as well let you guys eat. Plus, you're sitting there helping the residents eat. So why can't you eat while they're eating? You know, because it's not like they sit and eat in 5 minutes. You know, it's an event. It takes a while to get them to eat. Just like little kids, you know, they want to play and do everything but eat. weird. Okay, we're having noises again. Remember when Cindy had noises and then I had noises? Now I've got noises again. Nothing. Was that bird? That's all right. Ember's got it. She's got control. She's like, I got it, Mom. Okay, good. I wasn't sure how that was going to work for you. So I need some more ideas, guys. We're going to run out of, and now I got noises over there. Yeah, you go get them, Ember. Makes me think it's a bird trying to get in, but that's weird. Anyway, I need you guys to start thinking of more ideas for the sew-alongs. We've got through June figured out, so it's not like I need them immediately. But I know now that we're tasking you guys with some harder stuff, I'm sure you're going to start wanting things that you didn't think about before. So, yeah, we need ideas. Or we might end up just kind of repeating some stuff until we come up with some other ideas. I'm sure we'll come up with some things, but I always like to know what you guys want rather than us trying to guess and then maybe we're right and maybe we're not. So all I know is after I got the shot, it felt like somebody slammed me in the arm for like about 4 nights. I could not even sleep. Roll on that arm, nothing. It was just like, wow. So I just suggest put it in the arm that you don't sleep on. Let me think, because I made some little girls' sunbonnet hats. I'd have to look at the pattern, Joanne, and see if the bucket hat was similar, but I could probably figure it out. Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem. So let me see. Let me find something to write with here now that I've asked. And I didn't grab me a pen or a piece of paper. Did you get them? Are we all safe again? Okay, got that written down. Yeah, good for you, Mary. I'm glad you thought of it because they actually told me when I sat down. And I had to stop and think for a minute because I've got a bad shoulder. And I'm like, but after Snowmageddon and I fell, I'm still trying to heal the other shoulder. So yeah, that was it was kind of interesting trying to figure out which one I was going to do it in there for a minute. Yeah, I've heard the second one you can feel kind of icky about, and then other people say, no, they haven't. And I'm like, well, and mine's on a Friday. I guess it's just going to be what it is. A bonnet. I think we do have the bonnets down, Edione. I do believe that is one of them coming up. And I think I might actually be doing that one. Okay, Shana. Let me think. Yeah, because you don't make clothes. Let me think. I will, because I've got so many other things I make that aren't clothes too. So we can do maybe, because I did a while back, I did a tote. So maybe we can do another bag type thing. Maybe we can do a quilt, pillow covers. Because I thought about the pillow covers, and those are fairly simple. In fact, there's all kinds of different ones that we could do. So we could maybe do 2 or 3 different ones, one with a ruffle, that kind of thing. A quilt. Okay, Shayna. All right, we'll do a quilt. I will write that down. That could be the quilt we could do as, that could take several sew-alongs. And if it ends up being something that maybe doesn't quite fit in the sew-along, we can still do it. We can do a quilt along, and I can do that separate. So yeah, a mini quilt, absolutely. And yeah, and we can do, there's so many different kinds of quilts we can do. So, and the thing is with quilts, you can make them any size you want. So the ones that I'm thinking of that I think you guys would have a good time with, I can show you how to change some of these things up. And again, I'm big into the mashups, you know that. So I'm always going to throw a twist in there. And you can make them any size. So you just decide with what we're doing, you go for whatever size you want, whether you want a lap quilt or a baby quilt or one for your bed or one for your couch, you know, that kind of thing. You can just think about that. And I will definitely start working on that this week because, yeah, I think that's something we could always do. That might actually be fun to do that as a separate thing. And there's so many different things out there we could do that I think you guys would really love. And you don't really have to be exact on a lot of this stuff. And that's what I'm so big into. The you guys that do know me really well know I'm very minimalistic but modern. And so for me to fit into a mold when it comes to making stuff like this, I don't do that very well. So I always love to make things one of a kind, and having to go back in on the quilts and stuff and make 2 or 3 of them is kind of hard. It's kind of like my dyeing process. It was so hard for me to repeat things because that's just not in my DNA. I like to just do what I do when I sit down to do it, you know, and whatever happens, happens. But I had to rein myself in and start writing recipes and do all that. But I still plan on stepping outside the box now that I can. So yeah. Okay, Mary. Yep, easy peasy. That's why I said, you know, we can do these in segments, and that way, if people aren't quite caught up, we can still move on to the next thing, and then they will have this to come back to. Yeah, to April, I've done a lot of t-shirt quilts, and I've changed those up too. My girlfriend had me doing very modern t-shirt quilts, and they were quite fun, but they were heavy. There was a lot of, because I had to do really big ones. And so I loved my big heavy industrial machine. You guys know that I've got that. I use that to quilt, and I didn't do anything special for quilting. It was just to hold it together. And so the quilt was more about the t-shirts and the way it went together than it was about the quilting part. And that's just because she wanted these things so heavy and so warm. And I was like, I get it, but oh boy, that's a lot of work. Towel sets, okay. Let me write that down. And those of you that know or have been listening to me know I'm starting, well, it's not like I'm starting, but I'm actually going to concentrate on getting my Scandeez home up and running. I've got so many things over the years that I've done, and it just only kind of makes sense to put it together that way and get it away from the children's stuff a little bit. So the quilts and things like that are going to be part of that. I've got some children's quilts that I do. a whole bunch of stuff that's going to go into that. So yeah, the paper piece project, Shayna, those are intense. I'm just going to tell you, they're fun to watch. Man, they're labor intensive. They really are. No matter how easy these people make them look, they're labor intensive. Yeah. Yep, Mary. Yep, you can do the real fast ones like that with the squares. Absolutely. A mesh tote bag with embroidery design. That's a good thought. I don't know how embroidering on mesh would go, but I know you could easily do patches and then put the patch on the mesh bag that way too. Oh, yes, April, a fringe dress. That's a good idea. I do have another dress coming up. I haven't totally sat down to figure it out. I mean, we can do dresses for a long time because there's just so much. And I mean, I've sewn for weddings, I've sewn for graduations and pictures, and so we could go anywhere with this. You know, we can be beach worthy right down to flower girl, you know, however we need them to be. But it's one of those where I want to step you guys into this slowly. I just don't want to take and shove you off the cliff here. Oh, yes, Mary. And see, that's the one thing I want to do too, is I've got a couple of the quilt files, I guess, for my flatbeds over here. And I want to try those on some of these baby quilts because I love the quilted look, but I don't want to take the time to do free motion because that's a whole nother skill. And I've tried it and it's fun, but I am too OCD about things being the way I want them to look that it's yeah, I was never happy with it because I knew what it was supposed to look like, and I looked at that and went, okay, most people probably won't know, but I know, and I'm not happy. So I think doing that on my flatbeds and eventually on a multi-needle will be my answer for a lot of that. And then I can get a lot of that done too, because the little toddler quilts and the baby quilts and stuff, they're not so heavy. Now, when I get into some of these bigger ones again, I'm going to have to test it out and see how that works. So I don't know, but there's thoughts in my mind rolling about how I can handle that too. So we'll see. It's all unfolding, guys. This year has been unlike any other year for me, personally and business-wise. So I'm kind of excited just to see what else keeps unfolding here. Yeah, and Mary Beth, I have no doubt it's fun. I just don't have the time to sit down and try and figure it out. So I've done it a little bit, but not enough to where I know I can trust my skill because I've got too many things going that I know I have to control all at one time. And I'm like, this ain't working. So gotcha. Yeah. And there's ways to do that too, Mary. And I'm going to test something I saw again on Instagram. I'm a huge Instagram fan, just like the rest of you guys. And I saw something and my brain instantly went to, I bet it was done like this. And it may not have been. What did I do with my cutter? It may not have been, but my brain says I can do it that way and I'm going to try it. And if it is, it could be a game changer for me. Yeah, the edge to edge method, that's one of the things that I think has caught my eye too. So yes, our craft is expensive, Shayna. And especially when my brain won't quit, then it gets really expensive. But yeah, Shayna, so is the quilt what you're thinking or to sew along with me, or is there something else that you were thinking that you wanted to possibly sew along with me on? Let me know. Yeah, I've got, you know, most of your machines will come with a free motion foot, and you just got to sit down and do it. It's not so much the foot as it is getting your foot and your hands moving at the same speed. So when your foot slows down or your hands slow down and the other doesn't slow down, you got to remember to slow it down. And that's where it becomes a little bit of a skill, because it affects your stitch length. And so if your foot gets going faster than your hands, then your stitches get smaller. And then all of a sudden you catch up and your stitches get longer, and then it shows. So yeah, it is pretty, Mary. Yep. Yep. The quilting gloves are huge, and I've actually done that. I have other issues too besides that. It's the weight of the fabric and the quilt and the space. And I've probably got like 5 things going on all at one time that I'm like, wow, I know I've got to just totally dedicate time to this and I'll get it. And then I'm like, and then I'll get it. And then I'm going to want to sit down machine, and I don't need another one. So yep, exactly, Mary Beth. Just drop your feed dogs and attach that foot. And I think what we need to start with to do that really is start making hot pads. And so then your project's only like this big, and then you start getting that feel before you start moving into bigger things. And that's where I didn't start, and I needed to. And I think that's totally, and that's another thing that we could do, guys, is we can do hot pads from scratch, so you guys can embroider on them without having to have them put together. So I might start kind of branching into that kind of stuff as well, because that's just super easy to make. And then if you don't want to quilt it, you can just buy pre-quilted fabric for the back, and you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. You can just embroider on the top part, put it together, and I'll show you how to make it all stick together. So yes, I am, April. I'm actually thinking about doing a video of how to dye. I've been rolling that around, and that's not an easy one to put together, because there's a lot to it. So I really need to write out a step-by-step thing and do that. But no, that is on my list. So be looking for it. It's coming. Yep, you have to, Mary Beth. That's at least I do, because I will screw it up every time if I don't. You got to get in your rhythm and get everything, make sure everything's set just right, and your tensions are right, and your thread is right, and your bobbin's right. And yeah. Yep. And I think I'm going to write that down actually, because hot pads are something we can all use, and they're so much fun to make. And you've got so much scrap fabric that you can make quilted ones. You can piece them. You can take ones and embroider on them. All different kinds of things. So okay, let's do that. Let's do hot pads as one, because it's going to open the door for you guys to learn a lot of other things that will transfer, I believe, easily. Towels are easy to make too. The tea towels, and that's super easy. I mean, all you do is just cut it out and edge it. So easy. Coin purse. Okay. That thing's reviving me, man. So my steps is what I'm working on right now. And it's not so bad, but it's just the tread. And it's not like they're totally falling apart, but I figure by the time I get them all done, they will be. It's going to take me that long. Who puts, seriously, And girls, even though you don't do any of this, you're going to understand this. I'm talking one step, you step on it. So there's 2 boards that make up that step, the top of the step. Who puts 10 screws and 20 nails in each board? That's all I'm saying. It's going to be the death of me. 14 steps I have to do. I think I've got 4 done. And I've been working on this for 3 months. I'm going to be 90 by the time these things are done. And then by the time I get done, there's only 6 screws in them per board, as there should be. Oh my gosh. It's making me insane, guys. Yeah, just a whole lot of overkill there. So yeah, that's going to take me all summer. Thank goodness they're not falling apart right now. But maybe if they're falling apart, I'd get them up a lot easier too. So yeah. So my house projects are easy. They just have to take apart what other people got a little crazy with. It'll feel good when those are done and I can move on to something else. I like that, Shayna, that I used to like once. Okay. Well, and if you watched, I thought did you watch? And I don't mean to be shaking this at you. But did you watch last week's ruffle butt that I did? Hey, girlfriend. Oh, I bet she's hungry. Hold, please. I showed you how to do the rolled edge on the serger, and that is a game changer. So that should be easy for you to do on any serger, because it should be fairly universal. What I did, you take out one of the 2 needles, then you, hey Lauren, then you change your 2 settings that I changed on there. And on the brothers, I'm not sure what those equate to, but if you go to your manual, it's going to tell you in there how to do the rolled hem edge. And you got to play with that. That is so fun. I mean, you can change up a few things. You can make it look 3, 4, 5 different ways. It is so good. Mia, you got to do it. I know you're looking at buying a house first, so I understand. How's that going, Mia? I know you were talking about one that was probably about 45 minutes away from you last time I saw. Any updates on it? And let me tell you, she loves these things. I'm gonna love these things after she's done eating them, and we're gonna leave it at that. I need air fresheners in the house after that. But she needs something to snack on because I don't have her food down here, and I just realized she's been kind of munching all day, so she might have just been hungry all of a sudden. Here. So I'm gonna deal with it. Think about me tonight, guys. And I've thought about the sublimation, and I'm thinking, I think there's a few things I need worse right now, and I would love to get it. Don't get me wrong, because I've thought about it. But yeah, I've got 2 other things on the list, I think, before that would happen. So they're both kind of toy-ish that we call toys. So we'll see what happens. But so, and you guys saw how I talked about last week about how to imitate a cover stitch on your sewing machine. if you wanted to try it before you take the leap into a cover stitch, or if you wanted to see if it was something that you would really use a lot or not. Serge your edge, and then you turn it, or whatever you're sewing, and then you get the twin needle for your sewing machine, and then you twin needle it on the top, and it's a pretty good fake. Now it is a little more labor intensive, don't get me wrong, but if you're going to just do it a little bit, then it's worth it. Right now, that's kind of my my compromise, because I had to have that first. And so it's like, yeah, cover stitch ain't happening until the thing that gets me from point A to point B happens. And then I think I need something else next, worse than a cover stitch too. So I kind of have to keep limping that one along just for a little bit. So I got to see how much I'm going to use it now that I know I can fake it for a little while, and that's going to tell me if I need one or not. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cute as bummies. It's gonna be super cute. A little t-shirt. Oh, you've got one of the combos, Leslie. Okay, cool. There you go. I know mine is not a combo. I didn't want to spend the money at the time, because at the time I was kind of ignorant and thought, oh, I'll use it. I know I'm going to use it, but will I use it a lot? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should have known better than that. You know, and that used to be a thing too, Leslie, where there was a lot more at one time where you could buy the sergers that did both. And I don't think they make them quite as much as they used to. What are you eating that you shouldn't be eating? Did you find the kitty food? Yeah, I think you want some dinner, don't you? You're just going to have to wait. The girls are more important. Sorry. It's up there. There's your treats. She's going to love Sunday nights, especially if I'm messing with the steps a lot and running late. She's going to be like, great, I get to eat snacks instead of a real dinner. No, it isn't the same, Mia. No, it's not. But, you know, it's not a bad fake, at least for a while. So I thought, well, it'll get me through for a little bit. It did what I needed it to do. So we had our very first kind of a company event last Friday night. We haven't had one of those in a year and a half. It was so much fun. We usually do, oh, well, we'll have like a fun event where we go do something, and we do some really cool stuff. Like we go to paintball, or we go to hatchet throwing, or what else have we done? We went to Top Golf. We've gone, oh, we went to the Andretti racetrack down here and drove the cars. That was wild. So we'll do stuff like that, you know, throughout the year. But with COVID and everything, we didn't even, you know, we haven't had our annual meeting. We haven't had, I mean, virtual, but we used to get together. And we haven't done any of like our Christmas parties, nothing. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We had dinner, and one of our guys is a DJ on the side, so he DJ'd, and it was good. You could tell everybody enjoyed the evening so much, and it was such a beautiful night. So we could be outside or be inside, And yeah, I would think we were all just finally realizing we might be seeing a time where we can kind of do this a little more often, but we needed it. Yeah, the hatchet throwing I didn't do actually, Kay. It was just soon enough after the Snowmageddon thing where I hurt both my wrist and my shoulder, and I was like, this ain't happening. It's just ain't happening. So I've got to go look at the pictures yet. But yeah, we do some pretty interesting things. What brand did you get, Leslie? Do you have, is it a brother? Is it a baby lock? Is it a Juki? Yeah, I don't know. I know Cindy's boys have sports now, so they've got a lot of that going on. Oh, the Husqvarna. Okay. So, and Nita, I'm sure her little ones are probably got her running too. I'm sure evenings are a little tougher now that it's getting nicer out and the days are getting longer. The kids probably want to be outside playing. And so we'll probably be a little hit and miss with some people now. It's okay. It's okay. I want to start doing a few more things now that I think my life is starting to get back in order again. So the quilt along will be fun. I got to sit and think about that a little bit. Oh, you have a console, Mary Beth. That's nice. Industrial grade. Good going. Does that work really good for you? Because I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on getting a combo just because you constantly have to change things up. And a lot of people were not happy with the quality of one of that part, whether it be the cover lock part or the serger part. It always seemed like they said one of them suffered just a little bit. I don't know if either one of you noticed that happens for you guys. Yeah, I got to get this house projects done before this heat hits too, because when our heat hits, I'm not going to feel like doing some of this stuff. I'll do, the staining and some of the painting and stuff, and that'll be okay. But if I have to rebuild the steps, I'm not going to want to do that if it's super hot out. It's super finicky. Yeah, I think that probably comes with the fact that it's the combo. I've read that can happen. So yeah, I want a multi-needle as well, but I think I'm gonna need something else first. And I'm just being quiet right now for a reason. Hey, Julie. Mary Beth, where are you? And I'm sure you smile at your husband, Joanne, when he brings up the toys he wants. Okay. Then, I know I'm a big proponent of the sew and back stores, but I know that that's a whole different thing. I had found, and you might want to see if you can just kind of Google this stuff. Hey, Sam. But I was looking for someplace here where I'm at to just buy some feet for my industrial machine. And I found a store I didn't know existed. And when I walked in, it was like heaven. But it was just down in an industrial area, and it was just a nothing building. When I walked in, they had industrial machines everywhere. And they had all the feet on the back wall and all the stuff over on the side wall. But it was just an industrial building. And it was nothing special, but oh, it was heaven. And so I didn't know that place existed, and that could work on, places like that can work on your console for you. So maybe Google industrial sewing feet or something like that to get to see, to make sure that there's not some little place that you don't know about that's just right there. I mean, this place is 30 miles from me. And I'm like, well, if my big girl has a problem, at least I know where to take her now. So yeah, that made me happy to find that. It was Disney for a crafter. And the sad thing was, I don't think the guy understood that I knew what most of those machines did, because a lot of them came from like factories and stuff. They were very specialized things. And he probably had, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think, that building was huge. He must have had about 200 machines, and they were used. You could just go in, he was either working on, or you could go in and buy. And I was just like, get me out of here. I'm here on a lunch hour. Just get me out of here. Is I'm going to drop some money and come home with something I have nothing to haul this in. Well, now I can haul it. I couldn't haul it before because I had a car. That was another reason why I needed to get a different car too, because I've always had SUVs until this last car. And it was just not that I wanted a car. When I bought it, it was just, I had to get something real quick. So my SUV was literally not going to make it home. And so I'd been looking, but that day I just had that feeling, because when I drove it in, I was like, guys, everybody get online real quick, search, find me a car. I've got the title with me. I've got to go do this at lunch. And so my girlfriend found the car. And I went over, and literally an hour and a half later, I'm coming back in the car, and it was a great car. 5 years I drove that car. It was amazing, and I got a really good deal on it and everything. But I don't plan on driving this one into the ground like I've done the last couple of them. But I really wanted an SUV. But at that point, you just take what you can get, So I'm excited to have my SUV back and not having to try and figure out how I'm going to haul some things. Yeah, Julie. Yeah, Pam is having a hard time right now. In fact, she did a video where she pulled out her flatbed, her PE 770. She's pretty desperate right now because she's trying to get stuff done. And they're leaving on vacation here pretty soon, and she's really desperate. So, and it doesn't help that when you're in a hurry and something breaks and then you can't get somebody to respond, that you just don't have time to figure it out. So that's not helping her any at all. I feel so bad for her, but she'll figure it out. I'm sure she will. And oh my gosh, these are going to be so cute. I just did the waistband. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to do these. Yeah, she did. So she's pretty desperate. And I know she said, I think it was a day or two ago, that the timing's off. And that's huge. That she's got to have a technician to do. If a sewing machine timing's off, I can figure it out usually. It takes a long time. Yeah, she had 70 orders. I can figure it out, but it does take a really long time. And I spent a lot of time on YouTube, and you got to be super careful when you're dealing with timing, because if it's just a fraction off, you'll break a needle, you'll really screw it up. And so you've got to go super slow when you think you've got it and you're testing it, and you just turn your wheel a little bit and you're checking where your needle goes, and then you can see if it's right there or not. But it does take a long time. But on a multi-needle, I wouldn't even begin to know how to fix the timing, because there's multi-needles, and I'm sure there's a lot more to it. So yeah, I don't know. And I know they're supposed to send people to her, but I don't know what's going on with that, because I know Angela always talks about how the technicians will come to her, but I don't know if that's, I know she bought one of her Melcos secondhand. I don't know about the first one. The second one she bought secondhand from some lady. So I don't know if maybe they don't, since she didn't purchase through Melco. I don't know. I know. I wish we were all closer and we could all just lend her all of our flatbeds, if nothing else, just to get her through this time. And, you know, she could just start running them one after another, side by side by side. Yeah, she probably did buy both secondhand, Mia. I just didn't know about the first one. Yeah, and it could be, but according to Angela, they'll fly them in. They'll fly them no matter where you're at. So I don't know. What other hobbies am I into? Oh boy. Well, I knit. I weave. I used to cross stitch. I want to do it again. Let's see, what else do I've done so many things. I mean, I grew up doing a ton of stuff. There's just so much. I've tried so many things, but those are the ones that I've got right now, that I still do. Oh, and I play piano. I've done that since I was 4, and that's something that I want to pick back up again because I miss it desperately. I almost majored in it. So it's one of those where it wasn't just a hobby. It was something that I lived and breathed around when I was growing up because I just adored it. But I didn't know at the time what else you could do with it besides teach, and I'm not a teacher. I'm good with this here, but on a teaching day-to-day thing like that, I don't know that I could have done that. So yeah, I play clarinet as well, Mary. Yes, I come from a very musical family, very, very musical. So it's very easy for us to just pick up instruments and not think anything of it. But my niece majored in music, and now she doesn't use it as her major. So yeah. Grandma Crafty Pants until they join you. That's cute. What about you, Bear Bear? I know your hobby is batting stuff off of the sewing table. That's your favorite hobby. Oh, thanks, Lauren. Oh, very bad. I've dabbled in the flute, and that was just when we were messing around. I was in band for a long time, and we were messing around, and we would all just kind of pass our instruments around just to see if we could play them. And the flute came very easy to me. So I just was not allowed to play the flute because everybody played the flute. I had to choose a different instrument. So oh, nice, Mary. I need some of that for my car now. I just thought of that the other day. It is, Kay, it's easy. But the type of teaching I was thinking I was going to have to do in my brain, even though I grew up going through piano and doing all of that, I should have known that's what it would have been. But my brain was thinking classroom. You know, lots of kids, lots of people. I'm going to have to write music. I'm going to have to, you know, that's where my brain went. And I went, no, I can't do that. But yeah, it would be simple for me. And I had one amazing teacher. She was our organist for our church, and her husband built organs from scratch. And so whenever I went over to their house, he had organ parts everywhere, and he was always upstairs working on an organ, and he would do baby grand pianos as well. And I always got to test out the baby grand piano, me and my friend who was one of the students, and it was just us two, and his wife was all he would ever allow to touch those baby grands. And it was so much fun because every time I showed up for my lesson, I did not know what I was going to be playing on. And some of those things were absolutely unbelievable that he was doing. And I was in heaven. And so he, small little bit of trivia, but he used to travel and put the organs together for Neil Diamond. And I did not know that at the time, that he was doing all of that. But whenever Neil Diamond would go on concert, he would fly him in to put all the organs together for the concert. And then he would, stay until the concert was over and then leave again. And I had a chance to go when I was a kid. They were going to drive out because it was in California. And so I grew up in Nebraska, and they were going to drive out, and it was going to be a 2-week trip. And he was going to build the organ. I would have got to meet Neil Diamond. It was going to be me and this other girl, and my parents wouldn't let me go. I was so mad. They would not let me go. I think I was 14. And I was just looking at him going, okay, you will let me go all the way down into the middle of Mexico with my church group, but I can't go to California with the organist from our church. I was like, I was so upset. I wanted to go so bad. So I never got to. Yeah, group lessons would be tough. Mia. Oh, yeah, my pockets are weeping too, but my body's saying, nope, you need more. You can put one there, put one there, you can put one there. Oh, man. You're grounded from the craft stores right now, Julie. Oh, my goodness. I'm not grounded from Amazon. Yeah. And that's true, Kay. I agree. But for some reason, I think I was thinking to be able to make a living, my brain had me at a university teaching. And for some reason, that's where my brain went. So, and I never really had anybody to tell me different, I guess. So, because I know my teacher was trying really, really hard to get me to major in it. Really, really hard. Well, good, Mia. Yeah, you have to do that once in a while. I mean, you got to have a little bit of fun. It's really hard. It's kind of like a diet. It's really hard to stay on the diet if you can't just have a little bit every now and then. Yeah, I can only imagine, Kay. That was the other thing too, because I was like, what's college going to be like? Because I had talked to some people about it, and I was like, I got to do what? Huh? Yeah, I think I'm too much of a free spirit. Like going back to that recipe thing for my dying, it was too tight, too constrained. That's too tight. And I was like, I'm not that, I gotta be free, people. You can't sit there and tell me you gotta, I would have lost myself. It would have been, so it was probably destined that I didn't go do that for those reasons, but I don't know. I think it would have been fun. It would have been a lot of fun to have had that. Now, where am I? One piece. Did you run off with that, Bear? Where's my one piece that I just had? It was just here. Probably went flying on the floor. Yeah, Julie, you do that for quite a while. Yeah, everything you make has to go right back in. Mm-hmm. You just got to keep turning it for a while. For the most part, it's better price, Mia. I'm just saying, know your prices, because some things are not. It's fun to see what everybody's done. Good topic, Shayna. Look what you started. Good topic. Well, I'm still trying to find my one piece. Where did it go? Ah, it was underneath those pieces. I knew it probably had to be laying under something. Yeah, I can see that, Kay, and especially now. I'm sure it's getting a little crazy. I totally get that. My sister teaches piano a little bit on the side and has for a while. She taught me from when I was real little, and then after a while, Mom moved me to a different teacher for about 2 years, and then I got moved to the one that I was just telling you about. So, and my sister still plays all the time. She her hobby is we have a coffee shop in my hometown, and she plays on Saturday mornings there for about 4 hours. And so they have live piano music in the coffee shop, and she just plays whatever she wants. They don't care. She has so much fun. Yeah, I know. They don't understand how hard it is when you're trying to build. Yeah, it's tough. And yeah, we don't make stuff for ourselves, and everybody doesn't understand why don't we make stuff for ourselves? And it's like because it takes away from making stuff to sell, which is what we got to do right now. HTV, yes. I know, Mary, that cutting foot, I had seen that probably the week before you mentioned that. And then I thought that was so funny when you brought that up. I'm like, I just saw one of those. How weird is that? It does go smooth, Mary. It really does. My FAF has it built in, and no other company can do it because they've got, I think, the patent on it or something. So you can sew with it or without it, but it's built right onto your foot part. So you just either pull it down or you pull it back up, and it's just this little teeny little thing that walks forward, but it does help a lot. Okay, Kay, thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening. I'm glad you joined us. That's no fun, Mary. Yeah, when you got one, you just got to deal with for a while. Yeah, those walking feet are invaluable. They really are. Love those things. Okay, Mia. We might be. Never know. A digital walking foot. That's interesting. Oh no, Mary. I don't know. I wonder. Let's see what mine has here. Now that you say that digital, I'm gonna look at this one. Since Brother and Baby Lock are pretty much the same company, let's see. You push. Does it look like this? I don't think so. I don't think this one's digital. This is the one for my brother. does like everything, but it doesn't look like it's digital. It just looks like it's a standard walking foot. Oh, he should be able to, Mary. Yeah, he should be able to. Because I know that pretty much machines are machines when they get into those parts like that. So he should be able to do that for you. Oh, I don't know if it's built in the machine. I've never heard of a digital one, but this one just kind of seems like it's a standard walking foot when I look at it. I haven't had time to play with that machine that much for all the sewing features because I actually bought it as a backup embroidery machine and sewing machine to my Janome just because my Janome was starting to throw a fit. And then I got such a good deal on it that I was like, yeah, I can't leave that there. I've got to take it. But yeah, I need to play with it because it does really sew very nice. It's much bigger. Okay. Yeah, that just looks like a standard foot to me. And I thought, well, maybe since that seems to do everything, that maybe that was a digital, but I don't think it is. It just looks like a standard one. I don't have anything exciting in there. They're all just kind of standard feet. Oh, so he doesn't know how to do computer part things. Okay. Okay. Because my guy, when I was having computer issues with mine, it's fine, but I told him, you know, it's dying. And I said, are you able to fix that? Is it even worth it if that goes out? And he said, yeah, he could fix it. He would just have to see at the time how much parts were, and we could make a decision at that time. Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up, Joanne. That's one thing I've not seen is a digital walking foot. That's interesting. But yeah, I should be able to get one since you've got one for the Destiny. I would think that would probably fit on mine. Oh, Vanessa, you've got one too. Is yours a baby lock or a brother or? Yeah, if we start doing some of these quilts, guys, you're going to want to have a walking foot. I'm just going to tell you. So if you are wanting to jump into the quilting with us and don't have a walking foot, I would suggest picking one up. They're not that expensive. They're super, super cheap. I mean, you can probably go as expensive as you want, but they're really not that expensive. Oh, you do? Okay. So, okay, good to know. Oh, okay, Mary, that's good. Problem is, if you go to the dealer, Mary, you know as well as I do, you're going to want to walk out with another machine. You're going to be like, while we're here, let's go shopping. Okay, Mia. Yeah, I'm glad you're going to be on the phone. So, but I understand if you can't comment, that's all cool. You be careful driving, okay? I got to quit talking. I've never known it was going to take me an hour and a half to cut out a pair of bummies. gotta look that up now. Just if nothing else, out of curiosity. Got me wondering. I know I've seen an older one where you plugged it into the machine and it had like this little cord that came out and you just had a plug end into it. So it probably is very similar to that, I'm guessing. Do with my trash. So, oh, good, Shane. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Hey, that keychain you made was really cool. That was really, really cool. You're so good at those. Love it, and I'm sure you've got a good audience there when you're doing the patches and everything. That's really good. Okay, so then I am kind of on the right track there when I was saying you just plug it into the machine. And I always kind of wondered, I never really looked at it that much to see what was the big deal about it. I'm sure it probably just overrides by plugging it in and overrides everything. And it's probably really nothing like it make coffee for me or anything like that. Like I'm hoping it would. Yes, it does. And the minky stuff, guys, the walking foot, you're going to use the walking foot a lot. The more you sew, the more you're going to start just leaving that walking foot on because it helps you with everything. So don't think it's very special foot. It's an everything foot. For the longest time, I would leave mine down on my faff. The only thing I didn't like about the faff was the way with it built in, it real easily, when I first started like fabric, it would kind of get caught up behind the back of the foot and the front of the walking foot. And I still to this day have to remember to put it up, get my stuff started, and then put it back down. Yeah, and you guys, you're going to use it for everything though. It's crazy. You'll be wondering why you didn't do it sooner. Oh my gosh. I have got to find the right color because my brain just has this already done up with that t-shirt in my head. And I know I want that color of blue for a t-shirt. I've got to find it. Okay, see if it takes me an hour and a half to cut out another pair of bummies. Hey, Sarah Ann, no, you're not late. We're just chatting. We're talking walking feet right now. You are just on time. Just kind of a quiet Sunday evening. Yep. And with the quilting on the walking foot, it also keeps that bottom and the top together better for you so that the sandwich just looks nicer when you're done. Because a lot of times it doesn't want to feed, the minky wants to shift on you, or I use a lot of minky even just on regular quilts, and it always wants to move. And so I pin a lot, especially when I do my industrial machine, because it does have an intense feed. It doesn't need a walking foot, but it still shifts a little bit. And I know I'm pushing that machine to do something it's not supposed to do. So that's on me as well. Yeah, April, good question. What does everybody have on deck for this week project-wise? Oh, good, Lauren. You can go back and watch all of our sew-alongs, and you can start way back at the beginning. And Amber and I and Gabby kind of tried to start real simple so that if you didn't even know how to sew, you could start right there. And we're trying to just keep moving you forward and building on all of that stuff so that you've always got a skill you're learning to take you forward. So if you start a little further along and you feel like it's hard, go further back. We started, I think it was January, was our first ones. Oh, good. Now you can go shopping, Mary. he's a little stranded. He can't stop you. Oh, I know. Her stuff is so cute. And Sarah, I didn't know you designed that. That is so cool. You guys are doing a thing. I love it. I absolutely think that is so awesome. Sorry, my ring light just fell. I don't know which one it was. It fell. All right, well. Oh, it's the bottom one. Well, hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Shayna's fob is cool. They're really, really cool. A baby lovey is very easy. Yeah, Lauren. Very, very simple. April. Yeah. Oh. So, yeah. Sorry, that was my phone. Hang on. I want to text him back. There. You should do that, Sarah. You really should. I think, not only us, but you've got the talent, girl. I think you would, I think you'd do very well. I think you'd surprise yourself at how well you would do. And I know some people make a pretty good living off of that. So, and you just never know who's going to find you from those things. I know you can easily get found by companies doing stuff like that and get, new jobs, everything. You just don't know. So I'd say give it a shot. Leslie. Yeah, Sarah, I think you'd have all of us buying fabric from you. So, saying, could be a good extra income for you. Get all of us to do collabs with you so we each have our own little fabric too. That would be kind of fun. But that's so cool that you did that with Amber. I love it. Absolutely love it. That's exactly what she needs. It'll set her apart locally everywhere. That's that step she needed. Oh, that'd be fun, Sarah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this could be a thing for you. I mean, the amount of detail that you put into that, wow, that was amazing. You had some talent, girl. Mm-hmm. She did, didn't she, Julie? I agree. Hey, Faye. Glad you could make it. Well, you came to the right place, Lauren, because we'll teach you how to sew. And that's kind of what our whole sew-alongs are all about, is giving you guys options and different things to learn and all that. So, came to the right place. Okay, these pins are so sharp. I was telling you about these last week. I bought these glass head extra fine pins for the knits because the regular pins don't want to go through so well. And I forgot that the extra fine means they're going to be extra sticky and they're going to go into the skin even easier because they're extra fine and extra small. And yeah, ow. So now I got to try not bleed all over everything. No, Sarah, you're overthinking it, honey. You're overthinking it. I know. I get it. I'm a creative. Without getting into it too far, but my major was that, and so yeah. When you force yourself, it isn't going to come, and you know that. And I think you're just overthinking it, and you're scared. You just need to get into your zone, and you'll be fine. And then once you get into your zone and just kind of get over your doubts, you're going to be absolutely fine. So figure out, do some sketching or whatever works for you, whatever sets it loose. And I think you're going to be good. But yeah, you can't force it. That's the one thing about design. It shows when it's forced. Hey, Linda. Glad you could join. Oh, what turtles are we talking about? Shayna, go over to Amber's Instagram. She's been posting it. The fabric it's so cool. You got it. It's hard to explain, but it's a kind of a turtle nature-ish scene. And it's not like a whimsical, it's a very natural looking turtle, but it's very beautiful. Just so pretty. So pretty. Lauren, you'll be okay. We got you. We got you. If nothing else, I got you every Sunday night. So you just get on here and ask questions, and people will, if I don't answer, there's a lot of girls on here that will answer for me. So yeah, you'll be just fine. Yep, you got to just let it go. Absolutely, Julie. You are so right. You just got to go be wherever you can just, and don't put that on yourself, because whatever you're sketching may or may not be what you want, but you got to get it flowing. So just go sketch. Don't sketch with the thought that you're going to do this for the fabric or for this or for that, because that's when you're going to freeze up. Just go sketch. And then all of a sudden, your sketching is going to start leading to things, and you're going to look back even the next day and go, oh, that right there, or that, and I'm going to do this. So just have fun. Yep, Lauren, you'll be fine. She does, Mary. I agree. The depth of detail that you went into that, the tessellations, the everything. Girl, you got it. You got it. You're fine. You're fine. Just get out of your head and you'll be fine. And that's the hardest thing to do. So I know, I'm not saying that flip, because I know it's so hard to get out of your own head. Lauren, I've got a lot of sewing tutorials out there. So does Amber. So Bingham Bliss. So you can start with us, and there's going to be others as you Google. I'm sure there'll be things that will be what am I trying to say? Sorry, that just totally threw me off. I'm sure there'll be things that will be suggested to you through YouTube, but you can also come and just ask. You know, I was, before you joined, I was asking the girls for suggestions for our future sew-alongs, and they've given me quite a list. So we're just totally, whatever you need help with, girl, we will do lots of videos. This isn't just, Amber and I didn't start these sew-alongs just to be for like a couple of months or a couple of weeks. This is something we plan on doing. We're going to keep doing this and keep doing this and keep doing this. And if I need to do, you know, an occasional one in between, like the quilt-alongs or whatever, we can do that. Just need to know what you guys want. Amber is Bingham Bliss, BINGHAM BLISS. Now, if you go into my notes down here below, and you can even do it later, I've got the link to her YouTube channel in there. So no, Sarah, don't go there. Don't, girl. We need to talk. I'll get you through some of that, okay? I've had to design for college and for work under stress, and I've had to pull stuff out of my you-know-where, and I've learned how to do it. And so, you know, if you just need a little sidebar, let me know, and we'll get you down off of that, and it'll be all good. Yeah, it's all in your head, and it's so hard. It's so hard to get out of that, because when you get stuck, you get stuck. And I get that. I've been there so many times. But when you can let it flow, you're going to shock yourself. And I think you've got it in you somewhere, and you haven't probably got, I don't know, what am I trying to say? You haven't gotten to where you figured out how to unleash it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And I can work with you on that a little bit if you need. And that's totally up to you, though. Oh, Mary, those sound cool. Again, I'm back to the I need air fresheners for my car because it doesn't even have new car smell. I mean, it's got a little bit, but it's not a new car. It's a new to me car. So it's a couple years old. So all the new car smell's gone. And they cleaned it really good for me last week when I picked it up. And even the new clean smell's starting to slowly fade away. And I'm like, oh, my friend's husband's like, yeah, you got to go over to Wash Bucket or whatever it's called and have them put that new car smell because there is such a thing in there. So at least it feels like a new car for you. And I'm like, I might have to do that. Yeah, Angela, I've done a lot of that. I've done a ton of ripping, but that's the only way you learn. You know, you just I've ripped and I've resewn and ripped and resewn and ripped and resewn the same thing, probably sometimes 5, 6, 7 times, to the point where I'm worried that I'm going to get a hole in it. And when I was a kid, I'd rip and sew and rip and sew, and then the thing would go flying across the room because I was so frustrated, and I didn't have the patience, that you learn as you get older. So, yeah. But yeah, Lauren, don't be afraid to come on, when on like these Sunday nights and stuff and give suggestions. Can you do this? Can you do that? Because I do ask, but if I don't ask that night, I still want to know. I want to know what people want to learn because there's going to be other people learning just like you. It's not going to be just you. And there's times that I get a lot of people on my sew alongs that are not, like a part of all this Discord and everything. And they're just somebody that found it and came on. And I'm even getting comments from people that have found it afterwards and watched. And so there's going to be an audience out there for every level. So don't be afraid to tell me. Yeah, Sarah. Oh, there's days when my seam ripper, I've got 3 of them and I need to probably go buy about 2 more because I'll pick them up so many times I start losing them. And I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be sewing today. This is just not going my way. Hey, Sierra. I didn't see you come in. Hello, hello. Oh, good, Lauren. Yes, yes. You can binge watch, and if you've got questions, you can always message me. If you're not on Discord, you can get me on Instagram, and my Instagram is Scandeez, Scandeez, and you can just private message me on there. I try and watch. If I don't get back to you within a day or so, that's because I just missed it, and I'll get back to you. I try and remember. I'm not super good at remembering all the time that I've got to go and check, make sure there's no messages there, but I'll get better about it as time goes on. It's just someplace I've never really thought about. And yeah, people do message me on there. So yeah, it's not a problem. And if you don't find me on Instagram, you can always go message me on Etsy too. And my link to my shop is down there, along with my Instagram. Oh, Julie, yes, you're learning. Yeah, that's what we all do. And sometimes those things end up being the best looking things is because a mistake made us do something. And you can't recreate it, but sometimes it becomes a new design and you're like, I would have never thought of that. It was a good mistake. Yeah, Leslie, it's amazing, isn't it, how that happens? Hey, Mia, I thought you were driving. That was quick. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, it's really hard to rip terry cloth. if you're sewing it, because you can't see the stitches very well and you end up taking the loops with you. Yeah, it becomes washcloths. I totally get that. Yeah, that's frustrating. Oh, Sam, she would love that. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. And you know what you could do, Sam, is if you upload that and you get some of that fabric and make like dish towels and stuff out of that and you're hanging it in your kitchen, that would be so cool. Make pillows out of it. You could even make her a little blanket, like a quilt or something out of her own drawings. That would be so fun. Joanne, a special handmade seam ripper. Power with tools. I gotta go look that up. Never heard of that. Yeah, I agree. Share the link if you can. I want to see that. Yeah, Leslie, I know. I think we all need that once in a while. Yeah, I have my moments. Oh man, now I gotta go find this. A necklace one or a big one? Oh, you guys are killing me. I gotta know. Oh, she's looking at one of the outdoor kitties, and the outdoor kitty is looking right back at her. It's so sweet. Aw. I love when my little ferals out there get curious about what goes on in here. I've got one little boy and an ITNR, so don't come after me on that one. But these are not mine. I inherited them, so I'm trying to take care of the problem. But I've got one little boy. He is so cute. His name is Wesley. And he was TNR'd when he was probably about 6 months, I think. 4 to 6 months is when I was able to get a hold of him, because they're all extremely, extremely feral. So I've got a few that are evading me and it's driving me crazy, and I'm probably going to have to get somebody to come help me. And I've done this for years, so I know all the tricks and the tips and everything, but I've got a few that are just like, ugh. So anyway, I did him, and he got really, really kind of a personality now, because he's like growing up with everybody and not being worried or anything. He'll come and peek in I've got a set of doors here and a set of doors there, and they're glass just like that. And he pokes up and he looks in, and it's just enough shaded that they kind of have to look at an angle or something if the sun's just right. And I get a lot of this. And he does that quite often. He just keeps moving around so we can see. And it is so cute. I'll look down and I'll see him just bobbing and weaving, trying to look in. But they're not looking at me because they're not seeing me. They're just kind of looking off because they're trying to see it. It is the cutest thing. Okay. I will have to go look at that, Shayna. Thank you. Yeah, you're messing with us. That's cool, though. I'm glad you're able to chat once in a while. That's cool. There you go. So yeah, I'm just hoping my little guys out there have such a personality. Once I get them TNR'd and they can just kind of chill out and enjoy life, they're so funny. I've got Wesley's got a buddy, Winston. Winston's beautiful. But Winston, everybody loves. The girls love Winston, the boys love Winston. And he's got 2 boys that he hangs with, and they've been like this little pack since they were kittens. And where you'd find one, you'd find the other too. And the minute Winston got fixed, and he got out of his trap. I kept him, I'll keep him in here sometimes if I get him back and they still have to stay, contained for a day or two. And where I was taking them, I would bring them home. They would have the surgery and come home that same day. Where I take them now, they keep them for a couple of days, which I prefer. But I would bring him home, and then I have to keep him in here. Well, he got out, and his sister didn't, and they were in separate traps. And I don't know how he got out. I still to this day don't know how he got out without hurting himself. But it should have never happened. But he did it, and I came in and I went to feed him, and I always keep them covered because that way they're not stressed out. And I opened the cover, and I'm like, "There's no cat in this trap." Well, he had to be in here, and he was. And I couldn't see him. He was only like, just big enough to be done. So he's probably about 6 pounds, 6 months old. And so he was running around, and it was, I could let him go that day. I really wanted to keep him one more day, but I was like, okay, buddy, you told me you're done. You're done. And the boys you can let go before the girls anyway. So I opened the door, this door right here, and this door is locked all the time. So I opened the door wide open and I walked out. That little stinker, he sat in front of this door, the one that was closed, looking out the window for the longest time. And all he had to do was move over 6 inches and he was home free. So he sat there for the longest time just screaming his head off, calling for everybody. I'm like, "Winston, when are you going to figure it out? You just got to go a little over and you're out, buddy." So he finally figured it out, but he walked out. He didn't dart out like they usually do. He walked out, kind of sat down for a minute, looked around, still just screaming his head off. And I'm like, "What are you doing? You're fine. You're out. You have no reason to be scared. You're not in pain. I know that. I know you're fine." And then all of a sudden he saw one of his 2 buddies, and that's who he was screaming for, was the boys. The minute he saw him, he went right to him and shut right up, and he was rubbing up against them. And they were just like, how junior high boys can be, or middle school boys, or whatever your age is, how they're all just big buddies and they just don't survive without the other one. That's their identity. That's what these 3 are still to this day. And it is so cool because they all 3 walk together, or they see one or see the other one and just go running off. I love watching them. They're just such a stud. Oh, thanks, Shayna. Yeah, has it been 2 hours? Oh my gosh. And I'm still working on these bummies. Didn't I tell you? 30 minutes later, and I'm still trying to cut out 1 pair of bummies. Really, guys, it doesn't take this long to cut out bummies. It really, really doesn't. I know. Yeah, we do have a lot of new friends, Mia. It's amazing. It's so cool. Oh, you did. It just fit him. Winston fit him. I looked at him, and that was the first name that popped in my mind. And Wesley was the same way. When I looked at him, very first name. And then their other buddy is Jasper. So we have Winston, Wesley, and Jasper. And they are my 3 amigos. They're so cute. Aw, I know. I think that's why we've all clicked so well, Mia, is we all needed this group to just kind of have this bonding time with. And it's, you've got to have this passion to get our passion, because we can't talk like this with most people. They all just kind of look at us like, "Oh, you're going there again? Okay, I'm out." Yeah, even my cats are like, "Yeah, peace out. I'm going over here. Mom's talking fabric. We're done." Yes, Leslie. I know. Poor Leslie. Those of you that didn't see our Tuesday night with Cindy, you got to go back. It was so much fun. But poor girl, Cindy had to leave the room for a second, and then I had to take a phone call real fast. And I'd been in the room, but Leslie had never really done the YouTubes. And right as I was walking out, I was like, "No, really, Cindy's coming back." And she was like, "Oh, help." It was so cute. You did good though, Leslie. You did so good. I felt bad for walking out though, because it did scare her. Yeah, Mary. Yeah, we all, and the fact that we all get on, it's like a party all the time, no matter when. Oh, I'm sorry, Leslie. I didn't realize that. It was just really bad timing on both our parts. I'm sorry. All right, where did that go? All right, I'm going to get this done yet. This is the last piece I have to cut. Oh, good, Joanne. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Oh, cute, Mia. Oh, I bet he's having a good time doing that, Mia. They love to help, and something simple like that. You have toys. We're not going to do that. She finds things. You did really good, Leslie. You did so good. You would be fine. It's always hard like the first time. It just is. And then, yeah, it just flows because we all help you out and everybody starts talking and it all goes fine after that. But at first you get all worked up about, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? You know, and next thing you know, it's 2 hours later. You did really good, Leslie. I really got to get this pink linen top done. I thought about that again this weekend. And the thing that's holding me up is I really just have to sit down with the pattern and figure out what piece it is that I know I have left to cut because I can't find the pattern piece and figure out, I think it's only one more piece and then just never do that again. Because I've got a blue also over there that I want to make that top out of. So that's next because I'm going to have these two bummies ready for that pink top and just not have the pink top done yet. And then I need to do the shoes to go with it. So, because that one has the whole outfit in my mind. And I know that that's going to be one of those grandma sees the outfit and she's going to put her little sweetheart in that. That's what I see happening. Oh, Sarah. Oh, I hate when moms do that. My mom was the same way. My mom was very creative, but she wasn't creative in that sense like I am and you. And so, yeah, it was always like, oh, that's nice. And I'm like, you don't know what I just went through to get here. This is like a huge accomplishment, you know? I'm sorry. That's such a deflating thing, especially when you're like, I'm so excited and they don't get it. We get it. I mean, I get what you went through to get to that point, and that's such an accomplishment. Yep. We just support and cheerlead each other because that's what we need. We all need each other to help, help us in the happy times and in the hard times because sometimes we're the only ones that understand how hard the hards can be and how happy the happies can be. So, sorry, I keep hearing noises. I really need to go put my curtains up because now that it's getting dark out, I get a little creeped out sometimes. Oh, Sarah, that's why. If neither of the parents are creative, they really don't get it. No, I get that. Yeah, Leslie, I know. I want to see the fabric up close too. It's so beautiful. Yeah, Lauren. Yeah, we're an unusual group and we're a good group. And you've landed in a very safe space. So yeah, everything you've said, we are not. We just are not. We do everything to help each other, everything to build each other up, because there's plenty of room for everybody to do everything they want to do, even if it ends up being a little bit the same as somebody else. We all do it just a little different. We all do it our own way, and we're all having fun. That's all that matters. Yep. Can you see the little guy? I think he's my new, which one is that? Oh, that's Jasper. Jasper's the bigger one. I can never tell him and Wesley apart too easily because I don't know if they're brothers. I think they're related, but I don't think they're litter mates because they were such different sizes. And I kind of know when they were all born, but they were like, one was so much bigger than the other there for a little while. I think that they're two different litters, but they're both orange cats. And I think one is just a little bit lighter in color. I'm going to figure it out because now that they're all grown up, I can't tell which one's which anymore. Yeah, Leslie, so true. She did. She did buy the skirts. See, girl, you got a talent. You already got groupies. So just go kill it. You have, I think, a new part-time or full-time, however you want to take it, but you've got it. We're just waiting for you to take off with it. I can't wait to see what more you come up with. Is you that turtle right there? Okay, cool, Leslie. Yeah. No, ha ha ha, Sarah. That turtle pattern stands up to anybody that's been on Spoonflower for years, girl. And I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that just to make you feel good. That's the absolute truth. So, yeah. I know. Isn't it, Mary? It's so cool. Okay, so it only took me 45 minutes to get out the second pair of bunnies. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, you show the fabric and go, and I know her, and we talk often. Oh, I get that, Sarah. But with little kids like that, being able to design fabric and stuff, that's perfect because then you don't have to worry about them, getting into scissors or needles or pins or anything. So until they get a little older, that's great. And by the time that they're able to do, they're older, you're going to have your career going on that. And then so you can start sewing your own samples. I already got your whole career planned out. Just kidding. Lauren, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, they got one on Tuesday. You got a big party, Mary? Even though they probably won't remember it yet if they're just two. The party's more for the adults. I know. Okay, Joanne, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon, I hope. I'm here every Sunday night, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. So. Oh, wow, Lauren, you got little ones too. Oh, do, Mary, I'd love to see that. Yeah. So it's fun to see the behind the scenes in a safe spot. Discord's very safe. You know that. Instagram, sometimes we have to be very careful. Oh, sorry, Bubba. I wasn't paying attention. Your nose was right there. Sarah, that is cool. That is what people want to see. They want to see process. Process, and you do that. Save those pictures. We really need to talk because there's things you're doing right now that you don't know that you need to be documenting and showing behind the scenes stuff. And it's a thing. It's a huge thing. And it just helps, it helps promote your stuff like you can't believe. So, yeah. Oh, Lauren, yeah, that's where a lot of us met, was on Discord. And Discord's fun, but man, Discord moves. People get on and start chatting, and that thing just flies. Oh, that'll be nice though, Mary. You know, those quaint little family celebrations are the ones that I remember the most from as a kid, not the birthday parties. I mean, I had great birthday parties and I do remember them with friends, but the ones I remember the most were just, you know, mom and dad and my sisters and me. Oh, Shayna, are you leaving us? Okay. Thanks for joining us, girl. Yeah, we're all behind. I'm behind after 5 minutes. No, Discord is not for the slow or for the people who actually like have to walk away and go to job or something. Night, Shayna. We'll start the quilt along here really fast. You've really got my brain thinking, so we're gonna do that real quick here. I know Ediani wants to do quilts. I know she was talking about that earlier on there, but she'd been mentioning it a couple weeks ago too. So, oh, okay. Can you see him? There's Wesley, the one I was just telling you guys about. He loves to look in. He can see in a little better now that the lights are on in here, but he loves to do that. He is so sweet. And he's almost cross-eyed. And it is such a cute look when you go outside and see him. Hey, calm it down. No. Am I gonna have to put curtains up? No, I know, you get all kinds of excited. Nope, I got the curtain up. Can't do that. No, buddy. Nope. Okay, you ruined it for him. You totally ruined it for Wesley. Goofball. All right, you're done. She can go from 0 to whoa, as you just saw. Oh yeah, she gets wound up. She's just 2, and she yeah. I never know what's going to set her off some nights to just make her do that. So But those curtains, guys, for those of you that need to do curtains, those I just kind of had to do real fast, and I stumbled across this really cool idea. So all I did was I made the panel, and you just make this panel, just figure out how wide it's got to be, and you just hem all the way around. And then at the top, I sewed 2 buttonholes, 1 and 1, kind of out to the edges. And then you go get those, what are they called? The things that you hang on the wall that you can remove, the holders. And they always have them all over at Christmas time saying you can hang stuff up and then remove them later. I can't think of the name of them right now. But I got those and put one up where the buttonholes are. And then I put one up, and then I would take it across and kind of figure where the other one was and made it real tight. The commando strips, yes. And put the other one up. And then every time I want to take them down, I just pull them off and put them up. Buttonholes, there you go. And it is so easy. So I'm telling you guys, if you need quick curtains, even curtains for like your doors, if you've got to do something like that and you don't want to put a permanent holder up, oh my gosh, I can't believe that that's not a thing somewhere. So easy. No, she won't, Leslie. I know you're going with that. No, she won't, because she'll try it once and she'll get in trouble. No, Rue. See, Leslie just called you out. Yep, she just called you out. Come on, come back down here. We're not doing that. Here, come on, we're not doing that. See, she called you out. You get up there. Yeah, Leslie, I couldn't believe how easy it was. And then just put your first strip up and hook the curtain on, and then go ahead and get it completely ready to go on that second one. Put it in the hole and then tighten it, because if it's loose, it'll gap. And then tighten it and then stick it. And then that way you know it's right on every single one without trying to figure it out. Oh, her name's Ember LaRue, and I call her Ruru or Rooney. And you spelled it right, R-U-E. She is a mutt. So she's got, from what I know she's got Boxer and Labrador and Terrier and Pitty. And so what you just saw was the Boxer. The Boxer has so much energy. Oh my gosh. And she's got just a little bit of an underbite and the stance. But man, the energy, oh, she is beautiful, but the energy, oh, she's 2 and it's gone down some. And we're still got too much. I mean, I didn't want a puppy, but she was a rescue. So she was 8 months old when I got her. Oh my gosh. She has taken me for rides, and I've had some injuries because of her, because she's so strong and so over the top. So we're really glad when the puppy part's gone, and we're just kind of maybe about 50%. Right, Ruru? Yes, you're something else. But yeah, every now and then she sees the outdoor kitties and she just loses her brain. She never gets to get close to them. The upstairs kitties, she doesn't lose her brain on, because she knows she can go up to them and everything. But the outdoor kitties run. And I think that's one of those, don't run. And it just makes her want to do it even more. So, wow. All right. I'm trying to think. I know I've got to do that. Man, I got to find that blue. That is going to be my thing. I've got to find that blue. You know, if you had opposable thumbs, you could do this for Mama while she's at work. You could be on the computer looking for that blue fabric for me. And I know you'd be checking out pictures of cats and stuff like that instead, wouldn't you? Oh, wow. And I bet she's beautiful, Mary. Bear. He's just been hanging out behind the computer, just chilling. He just kind of got up, and I think he's got allergies because every now and then he kind of does a little snuffle. And he kind of looked at me like he had a headache. It's kind of like, oh, he's so funny. I think he's an old man. I will never know. But yeah, I think he's an old boy. But boy, he's quick when he wants to play with something. He is fast. I've never seen a cat bat something so fast in my life. Okay, cool, Mary. I will. I definitely will. Hey. Yeah, you. I call her crazy girl once in a while when she does that. Oh, well, I know the treats are there. She just sat there, looked at me, and then looked at the box of treats and looked back like, human? Hello? Oh, good, Mary. Yeah, and see, I wondered if that wasn't part pity too, Lauren. So I'm never gonna, this is just, she loses her brain. She's always gonna lose her brain between the boxer and the pity. And now she's down here. Okay, you're not catching the glances, so I'm gonna. I know you're there. Look. The look. Okay. I'll give you guys the look. There's the look. How can we resist the look? She's like, I want. Yeah, silly girl. That look. And I'm teaching her how to smile. My dog I used to have smiled naturally, and she could work a room. And she would laugh too. She knew when you were laughing that she would laugh with you. Hey, no, we're not doing this. I know. And she would literally, and she looked like a border collie. Oh my gosh, she got the biggest, toothiest smile, and she was a stitch, just an absolute stitch. Yeah, I know, Leslie. She's gonna be making it smell real pretty upstairs here pretty soon. Mia, tell her I got two pairs of bummies cut out. It's taken me this whole life to get two pairs of bummies cut out. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, you know better. What is that? Seriously? This is not your YouTube. No, this is not an Ember YouTube channel. She keeps trying. Stop. I know. Achoo. And then we've got this little guy. There's Bear. Just hanging. Not doing anything, just chilling. Yeah, she's it's funny how when I'm on YouTube like this, long about this time, about 2.5 hours in, her patience is done. And she's like, I need your attention. You have not paid attention to me for a little while. I need your attention. And that's when this jumping and all this starts going on. Oh, Lauren, you've come to the right spot. I have animals. I grew up with animals. My dad, basically, when I was growing up, my dad told me I could have whatever animal I wanted, as many as I wanted, because my sisters were already grown up and out of the house. And so I was an only child with siblings. And then we lived out in the country. And so I had no neighbors to play with either. So he felt really bad. And I had lots of cats. I had a bird. I had fish. I had a dog. My sister had a horse. So I kind of grew up with that. And so it doesn't seem right when I don't have fuzzies everywhere. And I'm not like the crazy cat lady or anything, because my dad taught me this, and this is how I grew up. And so I've got some cats upstairs too, and I've got my ferals that I take care of. So I've got 2 colonies that I take care of, one here and one where I used to live. And then Bear came, the one you just saw. He was hanging out at our office a couple months ago, and the girls realized he was a stray. And so they called me and said, can you at least take him for a while? And we'll try and find him a home. Well, once he got here, he is like the most chill cat I've ever seen in my entire life. And so he stayed. I'm not gonna, I had a home he could have went to, but since he is so completely chill and does not get into anything and hasn't gotten into anything, and I think he's a little older too, that I can't let him go. He's a perfect studio cat, because he hangs out on the couch most of the time, or he hangs out on the floor. I've got like a mat down here that I stand on that he loves to lay on. He'll go look out the windows. He'll walk around. I work down here for my day job too, and he'll walk around and just chirp. When he's so happy, he does this like meow chirp, and it is the sweetest thing I have ever heard. It is just so calming, and he'll do it for a long time. So I'm just like, no, you're home. You're staying right here. Hi, Mary. I know, it just isn't. When you grow up with animals, I had no animals for probably about 2 years. It was probably the worst time coming home at night, because the house was just so empty. And going to sleep, I couldn't sleep. It was so quiet. It just wasn't right. Okay, Mary, I don't feel so bad now. Thank you. That made me feel so much better, because I'm like, I'm really not the crazy animal lady. It just, people down here just don't take care of animals, and they just think cats are disposable. And that's all my cats I have upstairs are rescues that I actually found like where I live. People would just dump them, and I couldn't leave them outside because they weren't feral. They just wouldn't have survived. And trying to find a home for people, for animals down here, they're dumping them, they're getting rid of them. So how are you going to find a home for them? It's really hard. So it's just one of those where I take one in, I know I've probably got them for life, and that's okay. It's just, yeah, it is, Mia. And I love Sunday night chats. These Sunday night chats are the best. I know Pam's got the best. The best. She's got all the farm animals and all that, girlfriend. Get over here. No. You've got the entire studio and a couch. You don't need to be up there. Okay, good, Mary Beth. Awesome. I'm not the only one. So it makes me feel so much better. All right, Ember, I'm going to regret this. I know I'm going to regret this. Come on. Come on. How about we come over here? Get up here. Get up here so they can see you. Here. I know. Yeah, Leslie. And you know what the problem is down here. You totally. Yeah, because you live it too. These eyes. Oop. I shouldn't tease you. Ready? Good girl. Oh, wow, Sam, a baby tiger. I bet that was cool. Yeah. See, every single one of my cats are a rescue. And Ember's a rescue. She was 8 months old when I got her, and she weighed about 30 pounds. And you could see every bone in her body. And yeah, she had skin conditions, and it was sad. And now she's filled out and sassy, aren't you, little sassy girl? Yeah, she was scared of men and everything, and I got her over that real fast. I took her into the office the next day because we have a dog-friendly office, and I didn't want to leave her home because I had just gotten her, but I also knew she was scared of men, and my office is all men, and they all love dogs. So I was like, well, we're going to get you over this right here and right now. Within 2 weeks, she was over it. All the guys just came in and took their time with her and petted her and got her over it. And it was rough the first couple of hours. The very first day I had her in there, she was so scared. And they were very good with her, and they took their time with her and showed her that it was okay. And now she's like, I'm good. Every now and then I can see it, but I think it's that typical, they sense something now. It's not that what she came from kind of thing. So, oh geez, Sam, that decline thing. Yeah, Leslie, I had to get her past it right away. I just had to. I was like, she's in a new environment. If I don't do it now and I do it, in a month or two, it's going to be harder to get her past it. Because when she comes into a new environment, everything's completely new. So here we go. Diving right in. Here we go. I know you think we're going somewhere. I shouldn't have said that. She perked up, is like, we're going somewhere. Just like, no, we're not. Yeah, that's funny that your mom keeps telling me I'm not getting anything done. I said, I love it. It's true, but I love it. I didn't have a whole lot planned for tonight because I wanted to get those bummies cut out. And I thought I was going to be sewing on that romper that I showed you guys, but I got it done. I just didn't know if I was going to, have it done or if something else was going to be taking me away from it. I need to start doing some embroidery stuff too, because I've got a few things I want to do, but I don't have anything cut out. I've got to actually sit and plan that out before I can do anything. So that'll probably be, if not this week sometime, then next week I'll be working on that. But I've got to work on that Scandeez home stuff too. I've got too many ideas in my head for that. So I've got to kind of make a plan. All right, ladies, I've got to start winding down, and I've got a few things I got to do before I can even begin to go to bed. So got to feed Ember yet, and I'm sure she's got to go potty. And I just heard her drink all of the cat's water because I forgot to bring her down to water, and she's such a water baby. So, hey, you're not eating the cat food. No, we're going to go upstairs and have dinner. So yeah, she's already starting to dive into that. No, you don't eat the cat food. I know you think it's really yummy, but we're not going to do that. So yeah, I guess it's time to get her upstairs and get her to her food, or we're really going to have, it's going to be bad enough when she starts doing that. So girls, thank you for joining me tonight. I know, but mom, we don't eat cat food. Oh, Sarah, no. Anytime, girl. We all just need that extra little love once in a while. But, message me if you need anything. I'm here for you, okay? But had a good time with you guys as always. Thank you for coming by, Lauren. We're gonna get you sewing. So you just be ready, girl. Next year at this time, you're not even gonna recognize yourself. And this was fun, guys. I will talk to you all here throughout the week, and we'll see you definitely next Sunday night for the sew along, and maybe in between. So As it was, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Love you all. We'll see you soon. Bye.